with head coach Jack Owens as the Red Hawks get ready to have a pretty rugged week ahead of them at Central Michigan Tuesday, at Western Thursday, and then finally back home on Saturday with Golden Flashes. Coach, we'll let you recap last week and talk a little bit about this week and then hop into some questions.
Yes, obviously we finished on a high note, getting a win on Saturday against Northern Illinois, so that was good to get a road win. Obviously, we have 2 more road games ahead of us this week before we come home, but obviously our attention is all on Central Michigan at this time, but we look forward to this opportunity.
How does adding 2 road games back-to-back in the last minute within 3 days change your approach to practice this week now? You're looking at a week, a week off, yeah. But now all of a sudden it's boom, boom. So how does that change your approach?
Well, it changes a lot of things. It's not just from a basketball standpoint, from academic standpoint as well. You have to take into account that, we have to figure out study tables on the road and those kind of things for our guys, just to make sure we stay the course there. But then, factoring in practice and those kind of things. But at the same time, we're excited to be playing. So we have to take advantage of these opportunities. I know it's not ideal, to play as many road games that we have scheduled. But at the same time, we're going to take each and every opportunity that we have to make the most out of it.
Looking ahead at Central Michigan, obviously this is a team you haven't seen yet, whereas Western and Kent you have seen before, and it's also a team that's been postponed for the last several games. What is your preparation like heading into Tuesday's contest?
You're right, Angie. They haven't played since February the 6th. So, we dove into the film and, we're going to do the best we can in regards to our preparation. But like everyone else, they dealt with COVID and they're going to be coming off of COVID and we have to just be ready to play. Keno does a good job, in the past of mixing up his defense and, offensively, they're probably going to do some things that are very similar. But at the end of the day, it's about us competing and playing at a high level. And then once the game gets settled, just making the correct adjustment as we go.
You talk a lot about consistency, Coach, and in the game against Northern Illinois, the guys that you expect to score the basketball scored the basketball and did all those right things. How do you build upon that consistency from game to game now? Because that's the one thing that when you look at it, Delonte Brown had the most consistent week I think he's had in his career at Miami. You really want to see that consistency from the team. How do you build upon that?
Yeah, we just stay the course, and we're not practicing it as much. So, there's going to be games that they just got to continue, or we have to continue to stay the course and do the necessary things to help us win games. And I thought Delonte, he set the tone by crashing the offensive glass, getting a putback, and rebounding at a high level. And along with the guys making plays and shots, Dede Grant obviously played extremely well. Isaiah Coleman-Lands, a lot of things that he does, necessarily don't show up in a box sheet or whatnot. And Mekhi Lowry, is played at a high level as well. But we had other guys step in and play. Precious Aya did some really good things. It's just guys playing towards their strengths and obviously playing hard and playing at a high level because that's what it takes. No matter what someone's record is, when you go in someone else's building, you have to be able to play at a high level and execute down the stretch as well. And I thought our guys did a great job doing so.
Coach, going back for a minute to talking about going on the road and setting up study tables and things like that, are you noticing even more cooperation this year from the other MAC schools, including and Miami, in helping teams when they come into town, get those things set up so that you guys can maximize your visit?
No. All that's on us in regards to setting things up around our schedule. No, just joking there. But what it is, we get a time that we have, practice or shoot around, and then we'll set our schedule up around that. But That's what we have to do in regards to study tables or those kind of things. And if guys can make a Zoom call, we try to get them on that as well, just so they stay the course in their classwork as well.
You mentioned that Central hasn't played since February 6th, and you guys have been through that, that pause in the action. Film-wise, obviously, you have to go back a ways to get film on Central. Having been through the pause, you really don't have time to change anything, right? If you're Keno Davis, you just got to go in there and hope your guys are ready to go again.
Yeah, it's depending on how they went about it. I know, we had a few days to where, we return to play where we were able to get back going. And that definitely helped us from the standpoint of not just playing right away. If it's a situation where they're coming right out of it and playing a game, that's extremely difficult in my opinion. But it, depending on how they transition into playing us, it makes all it matters, and then, but no one's, accustomed to having a 2 or 3 week break or layover and then playing a game. I'm assuming, but at the same time, no one's accustomed to playing 8 out of 10 games on the road to end their year either. So we all have our issues, and we got to be ready to play no matter what the situation is. I just expect them to come out ready to go because they have an opportunity to play, and it's 2 weeks left in their season, and I'm pretty sure they want to finish on a high note, and we have to be ready to play.